Hello and welcome to another episode of MCTV News. I'm your host, Liam Weeks.
And I'm Avery Thompson. On today's show, Skylar Boissonnault and Anna Lesburg showcase their Provincial Skills Alberta video, and I'll be showcasing Morinville Farmers Market. And we'll take a behind-the-scenes look at local business, Martinville Sports. But first, here's our top story.
With summer fast approaching and temperatures quickly rising, smoothies and cold brew tea sounds like the perfect seasonal beverage. Reporter Anna Lesburg and editor Skylar Boissonnault give us this look at one of Morinville's newest businesses, Nourish, to see what they have to offer customers in the summer months.
We like to provide good nutrition on the go. So our number one focus is high nutrition smoothies with energy teas that focus on vitamins and minerals, as well as digestive health. We make it quick and easy. People can pre-order, stop in, grab and go. We are open Monday through Friday at 6 in the morning for all of our early commuters. We're open through lunch and we close at 1. On the weekends, we're open Saturdays 10 to 2. We've been very blessed to be able to innovate and pivot throughout the pandemic so that we can still offer our services. We've added on delivery, so now we also do delivery that we didn't do before, which is fantastic. So we've had to cancel all of our fitness classes, so we definitely miss our cardio drumming. It was one of our favorite classes, and we were sold out 4 days a week for that class, as well as our women's group. We had a women's group that ran every Wednesday night, so we've had to cancel all of those. As well, we don't have anyone sit and stay anymore, right? So all of our customers, when they come, they grab their smoothies and teas, they head out back out the door. Anytime someone walks through the door, we want to make sure they leave feeling better than they came in. What sets us apart is we are our every nutrition club, so there's actually 72,000 nutrition clubs across North America. We're all independently owned and operated, so we have the strength of a franchise, but the individuality of an independent operator. The main way we connect with the community is through social media. Facebook for a lot of locals here, and then we see a lot of people through Instagram, and so that is one thing we do. We put a big focus on our social media, so we always are trying to innovate and stay relative in the market. I think it's really just getting to know the community. Our family, the last year, especially through COVID, seeing the loyalty, the support, and really the outreach of this community has just been fantastic. Our number one goal going into the pandemic was that we were going to pay our bills every month, and we've been able to do that. And it's just been, I think if we were in a bigger city, that we would have been competing with a lot of other businesses. And you don't get to know everybody, right? Like the people that come through this door are the same people I see at school drop-off or at the Sobeys in town. We are really grateful. I love being in the small town because you really get to know your customers, and that's my passion, is really not just serving a great product, but really making an impact.
Welcome back. Below average temperatures and above average rainfall this week have been putting a damper on summer activities. Here to see if this trend will continue into the weekend is our very own meteorologist, Avery Thompson.
Thanks, Liam. So for our national forecast, it's 19 degrees in Whitehorse, 13 degrees in Yellowknife, 16 degrees in Vancouver, and 17 degrees in Regina. Over in Iqaluit, it's 7 degrees and sunny with a little bit of cloud. It's 25 degrees in Montreal and 25 degrees in Toronto. In Halifax, it's 17 degrees, and in St. John, it's 12 degrees with some rain. Moving on to our provincial forecast. In High Level and Grand Prairie, Fort McMurray, Edmonton, and Medicine Hat, it's all 20 degrees and it's fairly sunny except for High Level. There's some raining there. 19 degrees in Red Deer with some sun and clouds. In Jasper, it's 17 degrees with more sun and clouds. Banff is 15 degrees with sun and clouds again. And Medicine Hat is sunny with 20 degrees. Calgary is sunny with a little bit of clouds with 18 degrees. All right, over to our current conditions. We have 16 degrees for our current conditions, and our wind is 22 northwest kilometers per hour. Relative humidity is 55%, so it's a little bit higher than we would want. Sunrise is at 5:04 a.m., and sunset is 10:04 p.m. Nice long days for summer. Over to our 7-day forecast. On Saturday, it's going to be nice and sunny with a little bit of clouds with a high of 21 degrees and a low of 8 degrees. On Sunday, we have some more sun and clouds with 25-degree high and a 12-degree low. Monday is 28 degrees and 16 degrees for its lows and highs. And for the rest of the week, we have mainly in the 20s and lows of 15, 11, 9, and 11 again. Fairly nice week. Back to you, Liam.
Thanks, Avery. Next up, MCHS has competed in the annual Skills Alberta competition every year since 1999. In events ranging from automotive repair to hairstyling, students are challenged with projects to test their knowledge of the various elements of CTS. This year, MCHS had 9 students qualifying for the competition, including 4 from the MCTV program. Coming up next, Skylar Boissonnault and Anna Lesburg's entry into the video production category that earned them a 6th place finish based on the topic, "You're getting ready for school, but something doesn't seem to be going right and everything isn't going as planned."
Hey, good morning. Huh, you can't see me, can you? Can you hear me? Sorry, I didn't mean to knock that over.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, you need to know that. No, you do not need to know that.
That was weird.
Let me get that for you. What the heck? Oh, I closed those for a reason. Hey, where are you going? Hey. 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 Boo.
Here are school announcements for Friday, June 11th. Grade 12 students enrolled in post-secondary classes in the fall are eligible for the Alexander Rutherford Scholarship. Please see Ms. Christensen for details. Please return your work experience book list ASAP in order to qualify for extra credits this summer. See Mr. Lessard if you have any questions. The U of A is offering a 6-week paid internship to any grade 10 to 12 students interested in computer sciences. Please email Mr. P for more information. Providing COVID restrictions are lifted, the 8th annual Fred Sherman Memorial Hiking Trip will take place this September in Banff National Park. If interested, contact Mr. Baudestein to get a permission form. Spots fill up quickly and are handed out on a first pay, first served basis. The town of Morinville is running a Leader in Training volunteer program for students aged 13 to 16. See Ms. Christensen for more information on how to make a difference in your community. Information about the 2021-2022 cheer season will be announced on Tuesday, June 15th in room 112 at lunch. Contact Ms. Bulger for details. For these and all other school information, keep connected by listening to the daily announcements, logging into the school's website at www.mchs.gsacred.ab.ca, by following the school on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, as well as to subscribe to our YouTube channel by searching MCTV Morinville.
After yet another round of isolated online instruction, students were very thankful for the return of in-person classes once again last month. Reporter William Luger interviewed both students and teachers alike to hear their opinions on yet another transition from online to in-person learning.
Ever since the school went back to in-person learning, it has most certainly had to adapt to the way it was before this recent lockdown. We asked some students and teachers what they thought of the transition.
Well, of course, this is a very interactive course, right? It's instruction. We're here, we're constantly using our tools. So shifting online suddenly meant that we had access to none of that. So we went from building a project, which we were near the end of, to simply taking an online construction safety course for the duration of the online stay.
The transition back to in-person learning has been more normal since this was not the first time, but some subjects were still harder to teach.
It depends on what we were doing in the class. In English, it's kind of a bit more challenging because so much of what we do is based upon class discussion, and that's kind of hard to orchestrate online. So we do our best, but so that might have been a little bit more challenging. But there are other things that I think are equal. What online gives us an opportunity to do is a little bit more one-on-one feedback, a little bit more easily than we can in the class. So there's advantages and disadvantages.
Option classes had to be limited while online, and people who are still online get no option classes at all.
Well, yeah, I greatly enjoy construction. So having to move from that to a construction safety course where I'm hoping to go in life I'll honestly probably never use was a bit of a disappointment there.
So the transition, what I found was it was pretty smooth. Like, my students were pretty excited to come back and be in the shop again. A few of the challenges that we had was I found it was that 2-week gap of knowledge. So it had been 2 weeks since we'd used any of the machines, so I had to go back and go over some of those proper procedures again so that we'd be nice and safe when we returned.
Though there may be a few exceptions, most people in MCHS will hope that the school will never have to go back online ever again. It is unlikely to happen another time with COVID cases dropping and more people getting vaccinated. From MCTV News, this has been William Luger.
Welcome back. Here with all the latest scores, including the NBA and MLB, is our very own sports analyst, Liam Weeks.
Thanks, Avery. Last night, round 2 of the Stanley Cup playoffs wrapped with a 6-3 victory by Las Vegas over Colorado. The Golden Knights will move on to the semifinal round where they'll meet the red-hot Montreal Canadiens in the other semifinals. The defending Stanley Cup champions, the Tampa Bay Lightning, will face off against the New York Islanders. Turning to the NBA playoffs, the Bucks have clawed their way back into the series against the Nets with a 86-83 win. Brooklyn leads that best-of-7 series 2-1, and Utah Jazz extended their series lead over the Los Angeles Clippers with a 117-111 victory. The Jazz lead that series 2-0. On to the majors. The Blue Jays lost to the White Sox 5-2. Miami ran up the scoreboard on Colorado 11-4. The Twins beat the Yankees 7-5. The Detroit Tigers were victorious over the Seattle Mariners 8-3, and Boston gave their fans their money's worth with a 12-8 win over the Houston Astros. Coming up next, this week, my co-host Avery Thompson and Greg Baudestein stopped by local business Martinville Sports to see what running a business in Morinville is like and how the pandemic has affected them. A big thanks to Benoit Wandler for taking on the editing reins on this project.
We are located off of 100th Street, right across from the Home Hardware. We've been in this location for 3 years, and then prior to that, we were 3 years on the other side of town. We actually opened because my son started to play hockey, and we were going to St. Sports, and it was like a 2-hour wait for skate sharpening, so it's kind of that awkwardness of do you stick around and wait, or do you come back home? And I looked into buying a skate sharpener, and we started with a skate sharpener at our home, and we were doing skate sharpenings out of there, and business was flourishing, so we ended up buying or renting out a retail location. So we provide sporting goods, apparel, clothing, and also another thing that we've added was bike repairs. We were looking at buying bikes or selling bikes, but unfortunately due to supply and demand, we just couldn't find any suppliers to supply us, so we got into bike repairs. We have a very wide age demographic. I would say typically it would be like 18 to 55 who are the purchasers, but anybody who has kids that are younger and even some older, we have like socks, underwear, shoes that can be for older too as well. So the pandemic's hurt our business quite substantially. With no sports, a lot of our products aren't being purchased. We've kind of went a little bit more online. We've worked on our website. Social media right now, we have Instagram and Facebook only. Facebook's the main driver, and then Instagram's kind of the spin-off that we're getting into. We sponsor, I'll say, hockey, baseball, soccer events. We're also in partnerships with a couple different organizations in town and do team apparel, supply equipment for them, and help them out in ways like that. We do different types of sponsorships, so sometimes it can be cash or it's product. So if a baseball tournament's in town, we might sponsor them with a baseball bat, or if it's a hockey tournament, maybe it's water bottles for the tournament. Maybe it's different types of apparel or clothing that we can also sponsor. So I grew up in Morinville and played sports in Morinville, so a lot of the organizations that we help or help us out as well, I was played part of it, and Morinville is a small community, so having the support from friends and people that have grown up and now have kids playing sports is really what keeps us going.
Here's a look at upcoming events in Morinville and area. Yesterday we entered Phase 2 of Alberta's reopening. You can now dine inside restaurants with a party of up to 6 people. All restrictions are lifted for indoor and outdoor sports for all ages. Weddings, funerals, and outdoor gatherings may include up to 20 individuals socially distanced. Stores, places of worship, arenas, theaters, museums, art galleries, and libraries are now all open to 1/3 capacity. June is Recreation and Parks Month in St. Albert. From June 1st to 21st, use the hashtag JRPM challenge when completing daily activities to win prizes up to $250 in value. From June 22nd to 30th, keep an eye out for bonus day activities. Use the hashtag JRPM bonus days to win even more prizes. The Morinville Farmers Market is back. Head down to the Rendezvous Center every Sunday from 12 to 4 p.m. The outside version will run until September and will move indoors for the months of October and November.
With restrictions lifting and summer right around the corner, Morinville Farmers Market is back and bigger than ever and is excited to welcome patrons back after a year-long hiatus. My co-host Avery Thompson gives us a closer look at the adjustments vendors and organizers have had to make in order for this reopening to take place.
The Morinville Farmers Market is back and in full swing. Due to the unexpected lockdown last year, the market wasn't able to take place, but that didn't stop it from coming back stronger than ever this time around.
It's gone from 6 vendors 2 years ago to I think we're up to some weeks 50 vendors. Like today we got 44 vendors. So yes, it's gone really well.
One of the major reasons the market is so busy is because of the small town feel that you get when you attend it. There's a certain connection between the vendors and their customers that makes the market so popular.
All our vendors are willing to spend the time chatting to the customers. I mean, you can go into a supermarket, nobody says a word to you. But here, everybody's quite happy to talk to you about how they make things or bake them or how is it growing. And because most of us are shut indoors all week, this is our one social event. We talk to anybody.
Another reason the market is busier is because of the day change. By moving the market from Friday to Sunday, vendors and shoppers alike have noticed a definite increase in attendance.
Now we're getting whole families coming in on Sunday. You know, it's a family outing rather than on the Friday afternoon, it would just perhaps be mum and the kids.
Though the pandemic hit small businesses hard, they found a way to persevere and come out strong.
It just about put us out of business, but if you've got the will to go on and the strong will survive, and I know lots of my competition isn't there anymore, but the strong ones are still there, you know, and we're trying. We're fighting our way back.
I had 4 markets cancelled within a 4-week period in November, December last year. And there are some people who are afraid to come out. So we're not seeing all of our customers who we used to see. We're seeing people who we have never seen before, yes. But people who would normally come out are concerned, so we don't necessarily see them.
We try to keep 6 foot away from everybody. We have vendors either wearing a mask or putting 6 feet between them and their customers.
The farmers market has been a great way to bring the community together. With great weather and even better people, the farmers market might just be the perfect place to spend your Sunday afternoon. For MCTV News, Avery Thompson reporting.
And that's it for another episode of MCTV News. Join us again on our final episode of the season on Thursday, June 17th, when we'll be taking a look at local businesses Capital Vision Care, Paul Smith Music, The Ice Trot, and Bistro de Madre Piccola. As well, Victoria Dalton will give us a special behind-the-scenes look at our very own MCTV program. All this, plus your sports highlights, 7-day weather forecast, and more on the next installment of MCTV News. So at the end of the year, have your classes started preparing for exams more?
We have. It's been kind of crazy because exams are crazy.
Exams are just known for being wild.
No one likes them. They're terrible.
Yeah, we should institutionalize a change to get rid of them on all fronts.
Yes.
I would like to spearhead that idea.
Yes,
I just think, as a society, we've evolved past the need for standardized testing.
Yeah, of course. There's no need.
From all of us at MCTV News, I'm Liam Weeks.
And I'm Avery Thompson. Thanks for tuning in.